says high and low tides are caused by the moon. The moon's gravitational pull generates something called the tidal force. The tidal force causes Earth and its water to bulge out on the side closest to the moon and the side furthest from the moon. These bulges of water are high tides. So it is because of gravity, which is amazing. So that what I'm getting at is everybody likes to poo-poo the idea that someone can figure out what happens if someone's born during a given time of the year. Mm-hmm. But if the moon has so much of an effect that it changes tides, it moves. How many fucking gallons of water are we talking about, right? I mean,
5 or 6.
it's a lot of goddamn water, and the gravity of the moon is moving that shit.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't we assume that Jupiter and what position Jupiter is in the sky or Mars is in the sky, that all must have some kind of an effect on something. And if
100%.
we're water, like we're kind of mostly water, aren't we? Like 60-something% water. What is the number percent water people are?
We're like 78% or something.
It probably affects you.
A lot, yeah.
It probably affects your fucking swimming pool. If you have a swimming pool, it probably moves a little.
Well, here's something funny though. You brought up swimming pool. You know the Great Lakes? How big the Great Lakes are?
Yeah.
How come none of the Great Lakes have tides?
That's a good question.
So the moon and the sun can't move the water in the Great Lakes, but it can move the oceans?
But they do have crazy waves. In adult men, about 60% of their bodies are water.
70.
However, fat tissue does not have as much water as lean tissue. In adult women, fat makes up more of the body than men, so they have about 55% of their bodies made of water. That's so true because big muscular guys that cut weight for the UFC, they can cut a lot more weight because they're storing it in their muscles.
Okay.
Like big Yoel Romero looking dudes, those guys can cut a ton of weight because they have so much muscle. It's the guys who are leaner that have a really hard time with it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Anyway, so this thing is a chart that they do of you, and it's based on what time you were born and where in the world you were born.
Exactly. Yeah, right to geolocation.
And so do they match this up with some sort of astronomical map of the stars?
I wish I had mine. So he draws it all out, and he does the entire astral plane, all of it, every planet, all of the, like even comets. Like you have everything in there, anything that was in that area for that whatever he does, and he reads all of it. And there's like 10 things for each one of the planets that you can go and do it, and he put it all together. And so what he was saying was, I'm going to have a really tough life, and I'm going to have to go to the underworld,